Hi, it's Eileen or LittleMoonBean. Today I'm going to do my first tutorial and it's going to be on Lemongrab, so let's get started! So here's one of the lemongrabs I've made that we will be making today in the tutorial. And we will need a yellow ball of clay, a smaller ball for his nose, 2 white balls for his eyes, and then 3 for the mouth and the pupils. So first you want to roll out your yellow ball of clay, and then you want to pinch at the top so you have a cone shape, and then you just want to flatten it with your fingers. Then move along the edges to smooth things out, round them off until you get a lemon shape. Keep pinching at the top and rounding out. Place the clay on the table and flatten them out a little bit, but remember to keep your shape. Once you have the shape you like, go ahead and take your smaller ball of yellow clay and roll it out, and then roll into a thin snake, and you can find the length you would like by taking an X-Acto knife or a blade and cutting it down. You want to try to make things proportionate to the size of Lemongrab's head. So you want to start rolling just one end of the clay to make a point, which will be the tip of his nose. And you may need to adjust the length again. You can blend it in to the clay from the head with your fingers and just pat it in. Or you could always use a blending tool. There's this chisel-shaped blending tool I have, or I have a more spiked blending tool. I like that one more. I usually use that for everything. So go ahead and blend it in, and then use your fingers again if you need to. Now we're going to do Lemongrab's mouth. So go ahead and roll the black ball out, and then roll into a fat snake. And then flatten down with your fingers. If you need to adjust the size as well, you can use your blade. Once you've gotten the size you like, go ahead and place the black mouth on Lemongrab's face. And you can adjust it with your fingers. Sometimes it's a little tricky, so you could use a dotting tool or your blade or your blending tools. Sometimes you can get it with your finger. So let's do his eyes. Roll out your white clay into little snakes. And then use your blade to shorten them down if you need to. I actually made my clay big enough so I can just use this one ball of white clay for both eyes. After you get the snake, go ahead and flatten them down to little cylindrical and flat oval shape, and place the ovals on the face for his eyes. You may have to move ovals around on his face to find a good spot. It may help to actually get a picture of Lemongrab and look at that for reference. Take a black ball of clay and make very tiny snakes, and then cut off the ends, and you can use those small pieces for the pupils in Lemongrab's eyes. So roll them between your fingers, and then you can place them at the very end of your blade and use your finger, and you can just dab them on and push them in a little bit so they stick. Do the same thing with the other one. You may have to move them about a little bit to get the right placement. An optional choice for Lemongrab's face is to add a little more expression, which could be done with eyebrows, which I'll show you how to do now. Just roll out a thin snake, cut off the length, and then use your blade and place his eyebrow in a slanted way over his eye, and do the same thing with the other. You might want to roll it out a little to make the ends pointy again. And do the same thing with the other eyebrow. You can use your finger to pat them in a little. You can also use a little TLS
if you're afraid they won't stick. Once you've got lemongrab the way you like, you can place him in your oven according to your package instructions and bake him. Once he's all baked, you can add some gloss. I like to use the Sculpey brand glaze gloss. So he should be all done. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you liked this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more tutorials in the future, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day!